of Delhi, because the bureaucrats did not bother for months and months to put those CCTV at the right place or at the place where they should have been. Now this sort of negligence became one of the causes. And why this negligence was done, those of you and I know what PWD used to do and are still doing. Perhaps they were waiting for someone to pay them some bribe so that they could send some people to and install those CCTV. This is one reason what we are trying and we are worried about is that corruption, when it goes to every part of the body politic, then that body politic becomes in itself corrugated. In itself, it becomes rusted. The whole administration in India at the moment is almost rusted because of this very illness, and that is corruption. It has gone so much in every aspect of whether you take properties, whether you take new businesses, whether you take any part of the government where you have to take some license either for your car or for birth certificate for your child or even death certificate. So much so that last week what happened was when the people died and they went to the parents, the relatives went to the hospital to collect the dead bodies of their relatives, they were asked to pay money before they would take the thing. It is not only disgusting, it's something we all should be ashamed of. And we should try to find what sort of country we are going to give to our new generation. Is it what we are going to do? 65 years of independence. Is it worthwhile to have this independence? Were our people who got independence, was it for this reason that they sacrificed their lives? And today, so all these people, now I want from Ashish, as a young man, you have done so much work in this country. What sort of empathy you feel for India? And while staying here, what concrete steps you think you can take?
Well, I think first thing, it leaves me with pain and ashamed about how things are done in India. And even though I stay here, I do have family back home, so we have to face it on a day-to-day basis, and so it's very painful. But we have to live through it, and Anna's movement gave us some hope that now there is some way we can contribute to change things, and that's where we try to canvas. So we try to build awareness here among Asian population out here.
Okay.
And also we try to call our families and friends and our associations and our alumni back at home who are in India, and trying to spread knowledge through them and how we all can be a little more aware about our rights and how we all can protest and how can bring our points to the ministers, to the MPs in our local areas back home. And also in the various organizations back in UK. So we worked with AFP, Asian Foundation for Philanthropy. We did an event there. And we're want to do events in many other places where we can bring this thing that is not just if you live in India, then you impact it, but even if you have any kind of attachment, you go there once a year, you have friends, family, even though you do social contribution, you want to provide something for betterment of India, the whole thing about corruption does impacts all of it as well. So if we have a better system, a better accountability, more transparent country, it helps all of us who have some attachment to India.
Okay, I got this idea. Let me see, there are two people who are waiting for us. Who is number one, please? Who is on the telephone? Hello?
Hello.
हाँ जी, कौन बोल रहे हैं?
मेरा नाम राम है.
हाँ जी, राम जी बोलिए.
You see, I'd like to agree and disagree with Mr. Singh.
Yes. Agree and disagree.
I agree with him that the Parliament should pass the law
Yeah,
and take care of corruption, right?
that's right, yeah.
But can I ask you, for the last 65 years, have they done anything about it?
Okay, Rajit ji,
Can
question
you
for
answer
you.
it?
हाँ जी, बोलिए. Continue yours question.
Okay. Secondly, if he wants to depend on the parliament, he'll have to wait forever.
Okay.
It will never happen. Now, my next point is, Anna Hazare is a great man. Hello, are you listening?
Yes, 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 yes.
He's a great, great person who found a creative way how to wake up these sleeping, corrupt politicians. Now, he also started a movement which is totally peaceful and non-violent, right?
Yeah.
Now, that in itself is a unique thing in this world. Now, he's not saying, I'm going to pass a law. He's saying to the parliament, come on, boys, let's pass a law. You've verbally said it so many times. Let's see your words in action. So it's totally wrong of Mr. Singh to call it Anagiri. You see, I don't understand his logic at all. Because last time, one of his programs, he said, Baba Ramdev, you soon find something fishy about him. How does he know all this? Is he a soothsayer?
Okay.
Can I ask him?
Yeah, definitely. Okay. Sajid Singh ji, now you are on the carpet, and as a management consultant, you have to give. If you just wait 1 minute so that we come back to the caller. Just one sentence.
Yeah.
Give us, tell me.
Sorry, I was just listening to the questions were, if Parliament is not the place, if Parliament is the place to be doing it, it'll take ages. You fight these things on many fronts. But if you're going to do it through the democratic way, there is a parliamentary route available to you, number one. Number two, I think the second point I was made, which is related to that it is not just our politicians and our civil service who are corrupt. It's us who are corrupt. And so therefore, we're not looking inwards to solve that. Kabir ji ne kaha na ki bura jo dekhne main chala bura na milya ko jab dil khoja apna to mujhse bura na koi. So I'm concerned that we are externalizing this whole thing and said, fix those guys, everything will be okay. First of all, that won't be okay. And secondly, just to say that actually the issue is implementation, not the passing of the laws. Yeah. And that is what I find so distasteful about the whole thing, that we think by mob mentality, if we get the law through, that's the panacea. It isn't a panacea. Okay? So that's my concern about the whole thing.
Before I ask the same question to Ashish, who is the second caller?
Dr. Kumar, come back. Actually, this is the second part of this daily medical bit. This dead bodies released for bribes has always been there, even during the first and the second daily blast. And unfortunately, the simple point is the responsibility of the high office of the Prime Minister and his cabinet to ensure that the laws of the land are followed. Number one, if parliamentarians, the Indian MPs are themselves corrupt, they cannot be relied on to control corruption. Thirdly, we have to have moral regeneration amongst ourselves for, in the name of God, whatever our God is, to ensure that we don't pick each other's pocket and we observe some dignity and respect for each other. The important thing is the laws of the land. Even in this country, there is an ombudsman against corruption. There are laws, and there are laws in US